Hi everyone, welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. It is fall, so I gotta go pumpkin. It is the first official week and I'm gonna actually do 2 weeks of pumpkin. So come back next week because I still have some left over in here and I'm gonna put this into a freezer bag. And then next week, so those of you who follow me on a weekly basis, the day before, I'm going to take this out of the freezer and let it thaw because we're gonna make pumpkin snickerdoodles next week. And maybe if you see this in a year or two, go to my very next video because the video after this will be snickerdoodles. But for today, we are making pumpkin bars with cream cheese icing, but of course we're keeping it low carb. So let's get started. The first thing that I have already done is preheated my oven to 350, and I have taken a 9x9 pan and I have put parchment around it, 9x9 pan. Okay, next, what I've already started to do is I have taken 2 ounces of cream cheese and a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, and I have melted it into the microwave for about 20 seconds until just able to stir. Now, we're gonna get to mixing. You do need one of these. It does not recommend your KitchenAid stand mixer. I was all ready for it. It recommends this or a handheld whisk and then just spending some extra time. It does not recommend a handheld. So just bear in mind with that. So we're gonna add the rest of the wet ingredients. To this, just to let you know, I should actually do this first. We're gonna be adding 1 cup of canned pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling. Canned pumpkin puree. Try to make sure you're getting a canned pumpkin. I'm doing organic, but I made sure that the only ingredients is pumpkin, not pumpkin and maybe something else. So just good old pumpkin. 2 large eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I think that's it. We're gonna start with that and then we're gonna add in the dry. So let me go ahead and aim this down. All right, so in here I have a 1/4 cup of coconut oil and 2 ounces of cream cheese already gone through the microwave and just softened so that it's easy to go through the mixer. To that, we have 1 cup of pumpkin puree, adding that in. Last year, if you're interested in scrolling through my videos, you can, or if you just want to type on my page, you can type in pumpkin cheesecake muffins. Those are really good. I'll be making those again at some point this year, but I want to do a couple pumpkin-y things. And I also did snickerdoodles, which are really good. But when I found a recipe that uses just a portion of a can and I had just a portion left over for pumpkin snickerdoodles, I'm like, that's what I'm doing next week because I don't like wasting pumpkin. I don't know about you. All right, I'm going to use this cup to break the eggs into, so that way you don't have to worry about putting an egg into there if it's bad. You never want to put in a bad egg. So that one's good. 1 egg. And there's 2. And then teaspoon of pure vanilla, not imitation. Imitation uses sugar and those nasty carbs we want to stay away from. Pure vanilla. All right. And we're just gonna blend. I'll go ahead and get it started just so you can kind of see. It should blend up pretty easy. Oh, this won't take long. See how quickly that's coming together? Sorry for that noise. That's the handheld part. That's why I like my KitchenAid, because I can like talk to you guys and yeah. But anyways, next we have to add in our dry ingredients. So I have in this bowl, let me make sure I have all the ingredients correct, 2/3 cup of sweetener of choice. I used an erythritol blend, allulose, monk fruit, the pure cane sweeteners. Just make sure it's a 1-for-1 ratio. The ones that I advertised a few weeks ago on here, yeah, just use one that you like, that's good for you, but is not a true sugar. There's conversion charts out there for those of you who like to use like a Truvia or a stevia. It'll be like way less. And on this recipe link, there is a conversion chart for those of you who like that, because it'll be like a teaspoon. So whichever one you like, use it and follow the conversion chart on here, but 2/3 of a cup standard. 2 teaspoons of baking powder to help it rise, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, or you can make your own, and 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. Right now, they are not blended. So I'm just gonna do a super quick, I've got a knife out from earlier when I was cutting the cheese into my ounces for the splitting what I need for here and what I need for the frosting later. Just wanna have that good and incorporated. So what I'm gonna do at this time, because it is loud and it's gonna take me about 2 to 3 minutes, so I'm just gonna tell you, I am going to incorporate this. I'm gonna put half, and this one says blend on low, blend on low. So I'm gonna pour half, blend on low, pour half, blend on low. I will meet you back here after the dough has formed and we're ready to transfer it. All right, let's get to transferring this. I'm just pulling up how long I need to cook it for. Okay, there we go. So let's transfer this. The batter looks just amazing. Kind of has it's thicker than pie, thinner than cake. I don't know. So anyways, in the middle, trying to like describe it. I'm sure it's gonna be great. Okay. All right, now we just smooth this out to the edges. This will be a dessert that you store in your refrigerator because of all of the cheese. So it'll be one that you eat cold. This isn't one that you'll probably want to reheat with the cream cheese icing. Your first bar, you can probably eat at room temperature when it first is all done and all that, but after that, it'll probably be cold. Alrighty, so I'm gonna stick this in the oven. It says 30 to 35 minutes or until a toothpick out of the center comes out clean, but I mean just clean, because we know that our products tend to continue to cook, so you don't want to overcook. So as soon as it's done, pull it out. And then let it cool for about 30 minutes, and then we'll ice them. I will go ahead and come back on here. We'll make the icing, so that way we're ready to ice together. So I'll see you back here in just a few minutes to make the icing while this is still getting ready. Okay, so now let's make the frosting. The frosting only has a few ingredients: 6 ounces of softened cream cheese cubed, 1/3 cup of powdered sweetener of choice. I use Swerve. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I have not used this, but I have heavy cream and it says 1 tablespoon. So I'm gonna get it ready. 1 tablespoon, and it says optional for easier frosting. So we're just gonna see what it looks like. If it's too thick, I'll add it. If it's fine, I won't. So here are the ingredients. And I rinsed off the beaters, and then we just start mixing them up. I'm going to scrape and finish, because like I said, it's loud. So I'm gonna scrape the sides, finish. I'll let you know if I end up adding a tablespoon or not, and I'll show you what the frosting looks like as soon as it's ready. Okay, so I have the frosting done. Just want you to see, like, I don't know. I mean, it's thick, but it's totally spreadable. I can always stir in some, but I actually feel, maybe I'll show it to you as I stir it around the bowl. I feel, look how easy it is to stir around the bowl. So I did not add any whipping cream. That's just me. So I'm gonna leave it the way it is. If I change my mind, I change my mind. But I'm gonna leave it the way it is. So now we're just gonna let the pumpkin bars finish cooking. I'm gonna stick the icing in the fridge, but I'm gonna pull it out of the fridge and let it get back to room temperature when those come out, because they need to cool for 30 minutes before I frost. So while those are cooling, I'll bring this back to room temperature, and then I'll meet you and we will frost them up. All right, so as you can see, I went ahead and frosted them and served up a slice. That's because I can't frost. Let me just tell y'all, I can't frost without tearing up the cake. I tried, but I've always been like that. So anyways, it still looks absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that, look at that. And I love me my pumpkin cheesecake bar. So let's see, pumpkin bar with cheesecake icing. Well, that's just delicious. That was very, very good. So remember, store these in the fridge once fully cooled, and then you'll have a whole week to eat them, and I will be back in another week for another pumpkin recipe. But for now, enjoy these pumpkin bars. I will link the recipe below in the comments with all the nutrition facts. All right, see you next time. Bye.